Hello students, how are you all? I hope you all are doing great. I am Neha Rajvanshi and I welcome you all in today's class, that is English class of class 9th. So students, in today's video we will start reading with our next chapter from the book Beehive. This is chapter number 10 and the name of the chapter is Kathmandu. Okay, and this chapter is written by Mr. Vikram Seth, a very famous, a very renowned Indian writer. So he wrote one book entitled Heaven Lake, and this chapter that we will read here, this chapter is an extract. This chapter is one part from that book. Okay, so students, the name of the chapter is Kathmandu. We all know Kathmandu, it is a capital city of Nepal. So we will know about Kathmandu, we will get more and more information about Kathmandu in this chapter. So let's begin. First of all, before you read, so before starting the chapter, let's get some idea. Do you like traveling? So this is the first question that is there in front of us, and the question is that do you like traveling? And I am very much sure that most of you are having your answer as a yes. The writer Vikram Seth enjoys it very much, and the writer of our chapter, that is Mr. Vikram Seth, so he enjoys traveling very much. In his book Heaven Lake, he describes a long journey from China to India via Tibet and Nepal, and the book that he wrote, and the title of the book is Heaven Lake. In that book, Vikram Seth, he described a very long journey from China to India via Tibet and Nepal. So once he went to China, and when he was traveling from China to India, so on his way to India he went to Tibet and Nepal also. So in this book he presented this long journey, and the chapter that we will read here, in this chapter we will read about his journey where in Nepal. Okay, have you heard of places like Ajmer Sharif, Madurai, Sanchi, Varanasi, Sarnath or Halabid? Can you name some other places like these? So now the next question that is there is that have you heard of these places? So we are given with some of the places, some of the names are there. So let's read the name. The names are Ajmer Sharif, Madurai, Sanchi, Varanasi, Sarnath or Halabid. So have you ever heard about these places? So what is the similarity? What is the common feature in all these places? The similarity is that all these places are famous for some or other religion. They all places are believed to be very holy because they are related with some or other religion. So the next question is that can you name some other places like these? What do the surroundings of a holy place in your city look like, right? And each and every city has some or other holy place. So in every city there are some holy places. So you all must have visited those holy places, and you must have seen the surroundings of that holy place. You must have seen the scenario that is there outside that holy place. So we just have to think about that holy place. We just have to think about the surroundings of that place while reading this chapter. So now we are given with this thing that to think about it as you read Vikram Seth's description of Kathmandu. So when in this chapter we will read Vikram Seth's description of Kathmandu, so while reading that description we can think about the surroundings of the holy places that we have seen in our city. Clear? So let's start the chapter. I get a cheap room in the center of town and sleep for hours. So Vikram Seth is saying that he got to one cheap room in the center of town. So which town he is talking about? It is Kathmandu. So when he was in Kathmandu, so there he got very cheap room in one of the hotel, and that hotel was in the center of the town, and then he slept there for hours. Why? Because he was so much tired, so he was taking a rest, he was taking a long sleep there. The next morning, with Mr. Shah's son and nephew, I visit the two temples in Kathmandu that are most sacred to Hindus and Buddhists. So the next morning when he was in the Kathmandu, he was accompanied with Mr. Shah's son and nephew. So two more people were there with Mr. Vikram Seth, and all the three were going. They visited the very famous two temples that were there in Kathmandu, and those temples are very much famous. They are considered to be very sacred. Sacred means holy for Hindu religion and for Buddha religion, right? So Vikram Seth, he was accompanied by two other persons, and they visited these two very famous, these two very holy temples that were there in Kathmandu. at Pashupatinath, outside which a sign proclaims entrance for the Hindus only. So the two temples that the writer was talking about. So the first temple is the Pashupatinath temple. So it is a very famous temple, like this in this picture you all can see. This is the Pashupatinath, the very famous temple, and outside the temple one sign was there, and that sign proclaims. So what proclaim means? Proclaim means to make known publicly. It means one signboard was there, and on that signboard it was written entrance for the Hindus only. So it means only Hindus were allowed to enter in that temple, that is the Pashupatinath temple. So one signboard was there, and on that signboard it was written that only Hindus are allowed to enter into the temple. There is an atmosphere of a febrile confusion, and now the writer is saying that at that temple there was one atmosphere of a febrile confusion. So what febrile confusion means? It means a chaos, or we can say so many activities, or we can say hurried activities. So outside the temple there was like a chaos, so many activities were going on outside the temple. Priests, hawkers, devotees, tourists, cows, monkeys, pigeons and dogs roam through the ground. So why writer is saying that a kind of chaos was there? Because that place was crowded, such a huge crowd was there, and in that crowd there were priests. So it was a temple, so we can imagine that so many priests were there, so many hawkers were there. So what hawkers means? In this picture you all can see, whenever we visit a temple, so outside the temple such kind of hawkers can be seen who sell different kinds of things like garland, or we can say prasad, or any other offerings. Okay, so such kind of hawkers were there outside the temples. There were so many devotees and tourists who were there to visit the temple, and there were so many animals including cows, monkeys, pigeons and dogs, and all these people and animals, they were roaming through the ground. So this was the reason this place was so much crowded, and a chaos was there outside the temple, because so many people were there and so many animals were there who were roaming on the ground. We offer a few flowers. So when Vikram Seth, when he visited the temple, so he also offered some flowers along with the two persons. There are so many worshippers that some people trying to get the priest's attention are elbowed aside by other, pushing their way to the front. Now Vikram Seth is saying that there were so many worshippers, there were so many people who came to visit the temple, that there was such a great rush, right? And some people were trying to get the priest's attention. They are elbowed aside by other people who were pushing their way to the front. It means there was a great crowd and everyone wanted to come in the front row, right? So what they were doing, they were pushing other people with the help of their elbow, right? So some people were elbowed aside by the other people who were pushing them. Why? Because they wanted to make their way to the front, they wanted to go in the front row, so they were pushing other people with the help of their elbow. A princess of the Nepalese royal house appears, everyone bows and makes way. Then suddenly there was one princess was there of the Nepalese royal house. Okay, so जो नेपाल का जो royal house की जो princess थी, she was there in the temple, and when she was there, then everyone bows to show respect, to give her honor, and everyone makes way for her, for the princess. By the main gate, a party of saffron-clad westerners struggle for permission to enter. Now Vikram Seth is presenting one more scene, and he is saying that by the main gate of the temple there was one party, we can say there was one group of the saffron-clad westerners. It means some westerners, or we can say some foreigners were there, and all those foreigners, they were saffron-clad. So what is saffron-clad means? In this picture you can see they all are the westerners, so we can say they all are foreigners, and they all are wearing saffron color clothes. Okay, so in that temple, outside the temple, or we can say on the main gate of the temple, one group of foreigners was there, and everyone was wearing saffron color clothes, right? And they were struggling. Why? Because they wanted to have the permission to enter into the temple. Okay, and we have read earlier in the chapter that only Hindus were allowed to enter into the temple. So this was the reason that all those foreigners, they were struggling struggling to get the permission. The policeman is not convinced that they are the Hindus, and we have read that only Hindus are allowed to enter the temple. So they were struggling because outside the temple one policeman was there, and that policeman was not at all convinced with this thing that those westerners, or we can say those foreigners, they were Hindus. So this was the reason that that policeman, he was not giving the permission to those westerners, and those westerners, they were struggling to get the permission. A fight breaks out between two monkeys. Now one more scene Vikram Seth is presenting here, and now he is saying that suddenly one fight started. Break out means to start. So one fight started between two monkeys. One chases the other, who jumps onto a shivling, then runs screaming around the temples and down to the river, the holy Bhagmati that flows below. So when one fight was there between two monkeys, so one monkey was chasing the other. Chase means to follow, right? So one monkey was running behind the other monkey, and जो monkey आगे भाग रहा था, he jumps onto a shivling, then runs screaming. Scream means to shout. So he was running, he was shouting around the temples and down to the river. And what is the name of the river? It is river Bhagmati that flows below. So in this picture you can see, students, this is the Pashupatinath temple, and this is the very famous holy river Bhagmati that flows down. Okay, so one fight was there between two monkeys. One monkey was chasing the other monkey, they were screaming, they were shouting, right? And one river, that is holy river Bhagmati, it was also there, it was flowing down there. A corpse is being cremated on its banks. Washerwomen are at their work and children bathe. And now Vikram Seth, he is presenting the scene that was there on the bank of the river Bhagmati. So he is saying that a corpse is being cremated on its bank. So what corpse means? Corpse means dead body, and cremated means burning of dead body. So it is a very common scene in India also. On the banks of river Ganga we can see such kind of scenes, right? When one dead body is being burnt on the bank of river. So on the bank of river Bhagmati, one dead body was there, and it was cremated, it was being burnt on the bank of river Bhagmati, and some washerwomen were there, and they were so much busy in their work. It means they were washing the clothes, and some children were there, and they were bathing in the river Bhagmati. So this was the scene on the bank of river Bhagmati. From a balcony, a basket of flowers and leaves, old offerings now wilted, is dropped into the river. Now the next scene, and in this scene one balcony was there, and from that balcony one basket full of flowers and leaves. So these were the old offerings, but now these flowers and leaves, they were wilted. Wilt means to become dry, right? So जो flowers और leaves पहले offer किए गए थे God को, but अब क्या हो चुका है, after some time flowers और leaves they become dry. Okay, so now उन सबको एक basket में fill करके, now that basket was dropped into the river. A small shrine half protrudes from the stone platform on the river bank. Now there was one small shrine. So what is shrine? Shrine is the holy place. Okay, so one small shrine was there, and that shrine half protrudes. Protrude means to come out. So that shrine half protrudes from the stone platform on the river bank. Okay, so river Bhagmati में से एक small shrine थी that was coming out from the river. When it emerges fully, the goddess inside will escape, and the evil period of the Kali Yuga will end on earth. And it was believed, it was considered that when it was, what it here it means a small shrine. Okay, so it is believed in Kathmandu, it is believed in Nepal that when that small shrine, when it will emerge fully, when it will come out completely, then the goddess that is there inside the shrine, that goddess will escape, that goddess will be free, and only then the evil period of the Kali Yuga will end on the earth. So students, what is Kali Yuga? You all know that there are so many Yuga. There was Sat Yuga earlier, there was Dwapar Yuga, there was Treta Yuga, and as of now it is Kali Yuga, right? And Kali Yuga is considered to be very evil period. So it is believed in Kathmandu that when that small shrine that is there on the bank of river Bhagmati, when it will come out completely from the river, then the goddess that is there inside the shrine, it will free, it will escape, and then the evil period of Kali Yuga, it will end on the earth. Okay, so this is the belief that is there in Kathmandu, that is there in Nepal. Okay, so students, this is about Pashupatinath temple. This is Vikram Seth description about his visit when he visited this very famous temple, that is Pashupatinath temple. And we have read in the chapter that he was talking about 2 temples. So what is the second temple, and we will read about that temple and all many other things about Kathmandu in the next video. So see you in the next video. Thank you.